Hey everyone, George here. Welcome back to the Art of Water. Appreciate you checking in with us. I wanted to talk to you about the tank in front of us here. We had a couple of problems that popped up here over the last couple of weeks and had to really pay attention to what was going on here. Somehow during either a water change, a cleaning of the tank, or a trimming of the plants in here, one of the pieces of hardscape shifted and started to pinch some of the stems on the plants, which created a problem for those plants long term. We started to see them yellow up over a very short period of time, within just maybe a week or two. And anyways, that was corrected by replacing those plants. If you look through this area here, you have a new plant down here, a new plant in the center, and also a new plant in the back here. These are all Anubias. They are two varieties. They're Anubias nana, and the other one is Anubias, I don't remember the last portion, the scientific name of that one, but it's also an Anubias variety. We didn't do anything else in the tank except for move some of the hardscape around a little bit so that we were not changing the dramatic look of the tank. Now, the stock in the tank is still the same. We've had this tank set up for over a year, and basically what we have is 7 Cardinal Tetras. We have 6 green neon Rasboras, and we also have 2 Siamese algae eaters and 2 autocichlids in there. The bio load has not been compromised in the year that it has been set up. We do regular water changes. There is a quarter water change that is done twice a week, and a 50% water change once a week at the end of the week. So this tank is getting a lot of water changes, and I think that's the key really to any nano tank that you have, and you're maybe overstocking it a little bit too much. Because in my opinion, I don't traditionally do this, but this tank is probably a little bit more stocked than it should be. But as you'll notice, there's a little chasing going on around with the neon Rasboras, but that is pretty typical behavior. I don't care how much room you give those fish, they're going to do that. They're just a type of fish that will fight for space and fight for male or females in the tank. And in this particular tank, we have just 2 females and 4 males, so it does make it a little bit disruptive in the tank, but nothing that creates an environment that would be a problem for the rest of the fish. As you can see, the level of the tank that the green neon Rasboras are using, they think I'm going to feed them, is mostly to the top, and the Cardinal Tetras really hang out in this level down here, so they really don't come in contact with each other, and it doesn't become very disruptive at all. We haven't lost any fish in this tank at all, with the exception of one fish that when I was cleaning the tank, it jumped out. I didn't notice it until about an hour later, and of course that has nothing to do with the system that the tank is running on or anything like that. That was a mistake on my part, an oversight on my part. So in the big picture, the tank is very healthy and doing a really good job of making sure that the load that's in there right now is being managed mostly by what I would say is a very healthy, management of maintenance on the tank as far as water changes and other things that are important to the tank itself. So with that being said, I know I'm going to get some blowback on this about how many fish I have in this tank, but like I said, they've been in here for a year, and the only fish that we've ever lost in here had nothing to do with a bio system that was overloaded or anything like that. It was because one jumped out of the tank, as a lot of times green neon Rasboras will do that if you are thought to be feeding them while you're actually doing a water change or cleaning or whatever. So we consider this tank a very healthy tank, and find that it's really a very calm, peaceful tank typically, and there isn't a lot of problems going on at all as far as the fish getting along with each other and so forth. Now, I'm not sure what the future of this tank is. We're possibly going to do a total rescape on this, but there's some big stuff coming up here that you're going to be seeing on the channel here over the next couple of weeks. We have a nice 40-gallon coming in that is going to be nano fish only. That will be in another part of my home. This is my office area. I have about 10 tanks in here, and I really don't want to put anything else in here. We've sort of maxed out the space that I think is comfortable and aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So it's important for us to, to maintain what we have right here as being a fish room that really has sort of grown to the size that we want it to be. The 40-gallon we're going to be setting up over the next couple of weeks. I hope you're going to watch as we do this, because we are going to actually have a full unboxing of the product. We're going to talk about the filtration on it. It's a company called Fiji Cube, which, as some of you might know, if you've been watching the channel and watching some of the videos, the first one arrived at my residence broken, and the replacement will be showing up tomorrow. At least that's where FedEx is showing us. The tracking on that is sometime tomorrow. So anyone who wants to watch that, we're going to do an unboxing of the tank itself. We're going to do a placement of the tank, and then we're going to talk about some of the features. We're also going to be talking about some of the ideas that we have for hardscape, substrate, stocking of fish, and the decorating. It's going to be something very different. It's going to be more of a Zen type tank than these tanks that are traditionally what I normally would do, such as this particular tank here. We're going to get away from that a little bit and try something new. And like I said, it's going to be a Zen type tank. We're not sure exactly what the design's going to be, but it's going to be very roomy. There's going to be lots of mosses in there, lots of very low growing plants in the front area of the tank. We're not sure what we're going to use there. We're kind of researching that right now. But we'll be doing a whole, probably 3-part series on that particular tank and what that is going to look like as we start to video over the next week or so. The holidays are coming up, so it's going to be a bit of a squeeze to do all this, but we're going to try to get it done before Christmas. If not, we will be doing a reveal on the tank in its completion right after the first of the year. And I'm pretty excited about it because the Zen idea is something that I've always wanted to do. I think they're beautiful tanks. I think they're one of the most aesthetically pleasing tanks that I've really ever looked at. They're just absolutely stunning to look at and so relaxing to watch when you get schools of fish in there that do well. And we're going to make some decisions on what kind of fish that we're going to put in there. And they're going to be something unusual. They're going to be a nano fish of some kind, or something that it doesn't grow very big. Let's put it that way. We're not going to put any large fish in there whatsoever. Large schools, I like the idea of that, and just your typical algae eaters, your Picossamus, the Siamese algae eaters, and possibly some autocinclids as well, some snails, and eventually, as the tank progresses, we hope that we will be able to put some shrimp in there as well. We have a ton of shrimp that have been hatching out over the last couple of weeks, and months, and we're having a hard time finding places for them. In fact, I've been removing them from the tank and giving them to friends because I just have so many of them. So with that being said, that tank I think is going to be a beautiful tank, and I'm very excited about getting that going. Now we are going to be using hot rock in there. There is a tank already that is a 20 gallon that we're going to be using all of the substrate and the bio load that comes with that to cycle the tank for about a week before we do anything with putting fish in there, and of course keeping an eye on water changes, keeping an eye on all of the balances of the tank, ammonia, nitrites, nitrates, all of the stuff, pH, everything to make sure it's in balance before we make a full decision on what we're going to do as far as stocking the tank with life. So anyways, I really appreciate coming to the channel and talking with me today. Over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see me on camera doing a lot of this stuff with this 40 gallons. So it's going to be a little bit different look than you normally see on the channel. I am going to be front and center and working with another friend of mine who I'd like to introduce you to. I think you're going to know who he is, but we'll kind of keep that a secret right now until we fully get involved with this, and then I think you're really going to enjoy it as we go along. Anyways, George here with The Art of Water. Please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button, and hit that bell up at the top there so that you always get a new video. Whenever it comes out, you are made aware of it. And please leave comments. If you leave comments, I'm glad to get back to you. Like I said, this is an Aquatop 5.0 gallon cube, and it's a beautiful tank. I really like this product a lot. I have a lot of Aquatops here. They just didn't have anything in the 40 gallon size that was appealing to me. So I really like their nano tanks, though. They just do a fantastic job with the nano tanks, and we're real excited that these tanks have lasted so long and look so good. Just keeping them trimmed and you know, that sort of thing has really helped these tanks to become really beautiful. And again, like I said, we did have to change some plants out of here, just a couple of them, because of something that was an error on our part. So that we'll own that, and we'll learn by it a little bit here to be a little bit more careful about how we're cleaning and moving things around so that that doesn't happen again. Anyways, George with The Art of Water. Hope to talk to you again soon.